Akiba, the otaku city of dreams, is now under attack from mysterious monstrosities known as the Bugged Ones. Some brave citizens have formed vigilante groups to resist this buggy scourge, but the invasion intensifies with each new day. This is the story of Tamotsu Denkigai, a young man given Bugged One's powers, turned from superfan into superhero. Can he and his merry band save the greatest shopping neighborhood in the world?
There. This beam antenna should give me clear enough VHF reception to catch everything from Hokkaido and Okinawa too. Been 10 years since I got my amateur 4th class. Now that I've finally earned my amateur 1st class license, it would be a crime not to spend this much on gear.
What is that?
It's a big antenna for amateur radio.
Amateur radio?
Yeah, he's had an antenna at home ever since elementary school. I thought he was over it, but he stumbled on a radio shop in Akiba, and now the passion's back with a vengeance.
So his idol addiction already went moi moi?
Did he really have to put an antenna that big on our base?
Yeah, looking good, Tamotsu! If the atmospheric conditions hold up, we could even have a sporadic E!
Yonaguni Island.
Gotcha!
Estimated
We're picking up
landfall
all
1
the
hour
various
and 22
things.
minutes.
Not so good. Hey, watch it, Professor! You trying to break me in half?
Sorry, my bad. It's the perfect day for radio. I'm sure nothing's gonna go wrong. Hey!
真剣な情熱を剣とする順番待ちでしょ割り込んだらダメだよレギュレーションを壊す欲望を呆れるんじゃ欲しい正義に染まるは純情うるさくな吹雪ですカジキジャキジャキマあら汚して平気なでザンザンザンザンザン信じするもんなら散らしてみなさい人情いる火の中に脈々時代激パトル遠くの方からはるばる出かけてくれたんだね必死に向かい合いたいようこそ私と握手をしよう罪を憎んで誰も憎まない闇を切り裂いてチョキチョキじゃんけんぽん熱いてこいよおよいよいよいアウトセ踊るよ歌えよみなさまもご一緒にお手を拝借大ダメ
Tamotsu here, hailing Arisa. Where are you? Over.
Copy, this is Arisa. Target in sight. Standing by for orders. Over.
Niwaka chiming in. You've got a visual on the target? That's great! Over.
Cut the chatter, sis, and Arisa, hold your position. Alpha team will confirm. Over.
How do you hear negative? We have to hurry or it'll be over.
What? Tamotsu to Arisa, stay put. It's too risky. Over.
There's no time. I'm going in.
Arisa, over and out. Percy, moi moi. We are number 1. Super rare item grabs a bargain price. Victory!
Loose cannon, Arisa. I told you to wait. This shop had it for 120 less. You're gonna bankrupt us. Over.
This is Niwaka hailing her bro. If you're gonna be cheap, can't you do it quietly, over?
That's a negatory. Over.
You really have to use those things when you're this close to each other?
If I want to use them at all, then yes. They only reach 30 meters in the city, which brings me to our next mission. Ha! It's time to upgrade our communications infrastructure. I love you, Fuji Store. I'd have your radio babies. Oh, wow, the legendary True OT-0830. Whoa, there's a Getsu GT101C. And look, that's the FGTX 9000 and the TS990. What? The Kenron M2400? But that's crazy rare! It even has the UT1200 and UT430S add-ons for triple band support, and we all know how important that is! Oh, the Yagesu SL2100 vacuum tube amp. That's a sight for sore eyes. This one uses the 572B at the final step. Ingenious! You can talk to me all day about automatic tuning and crystal clear digital signals, but the one you get from this little bad boy just can't be beat. Can I guess it? Tell me I can guess it!
Cleared for landing. Radar guidance has been activated.
I don't know who's sending that, but it sounds kind of top secret. Are you sure we're allowed to listen?
Oh yeah, the airwaves belong to everybody, so hobbyists can listen all they want.
Sweet! This one just came out! It can actually send and receive pictures digitally! And connect via VoIP networks!
Sorry, but aren't those transceiver things outdated? By smartphones?
Handies! They're called handies or handhelds, okay? Radio waves travel differently every day. Capturing them accurately is an art form. It takes skill, creativity, and well-built tech. Amateur radio is about harnessing the spirit of adventure and curiosity modern sheeple have forgotten. When done right, it lets humans around the world communicate anywhere and anytime. Radio waves are out there waiting to be caught. It's like hunting for invisible treasure.
Here, I thought you were a nerd.
Smartphones are useful, sure, but ultimately they're just a way to connect to artificial environments built and controlled by corporations. Use their networks alone and we're nothing but mindless androids relying on global overlords. We must forge our own networks to preserve our very humanity. I believe in the great radio resistance, which is why I have a handheld shell covering my smartphone.
I see.
Yes, it's a noble...
Shattering my e-tron! Up there!
Where in the world did that come from? It looks like Tokyo Tower.
This doesn't make any sense.
A tower in Akihabara? Weren't they talking about doing that years ago?
Exactly! This is the Akihabara Tower, aka Akiba Tree, aka Tokyo Tower 2. We're reclaiming the dream robbed from us with an obscenely huge sky tree!
It's a bugged one!
This tower's equipment emits my special bugged one waves, which destroy all communication devices within range. And that range is vast, far greater than any normal broadcasting tower. We'll conquer the airwaves! We'll be the greatest and only broadcaster in Japan!
What? That goes against everything I was just blabbering about! Ah!
Prepare the microwave attack!
Oh, come on!
How do you like my special microwave attack? Neat, right?
That is pretty neat.
It's like being inside a microwave oven.
Bugged One Radio, where the hits just keep on coming!
That stings!
This is some troubling news. A buggy fighting with EM waves could be quite a threat.
The neighborhood's in total chaos. Computers and smartphones are blowing up.
It seems like the only way we can stop those wave attacks is to destroy that tower.
But if we get close, we'll be cooked like baked potatoes.
I think her Tokyo Tower 2 dream is more like a nightmare.
Wait, Tokyo Tower 2?
Yeah, that's what the lady up top called it. Then she said something about reclaiming the tower dream.
I see. I'm afraid that means this bugged one woman is someone I used to know.
What makes you say that?
We're going to need help from the professor who mentored me back in my Tsukuba days.
Anyone else lost?
Before she moved here, Professor Latu used to be a researcher at the Cutting Edge Science Center in Tsukuba. Cutting Edge Science, huh?
You must be a real smarty pants.
If you weren't in Akiba, how'd you learn about the bugged ones here?
Well, it was a blatantly ambiguous number of years ago. Back then, the Tsukuba Express train to Tokyo wasn't running yet, so it felt way more like the boonies. But the Science Center drew researchers from around the world. Even though the bugged ones weren't as active then, we knew they worked behind the scenes in Akihabara. I was teamed with a woman named Denko Busujima, the one who must be behind that tower, to study these mysterious bugs. We were guided the whole way by Professor Yagira, our instructor who ran the lab. He was a researching heavyweight in countless scientific fields, including paranormal phenomena. He was the one who encouraged me to study bugged ones in their natural habitat. That's how I first came to Akihabara.
Oh, Professor, I had no idea.
How is that sad?
So, there's gotta be more to the story. Where does that Tokyo Tower 2 come in?
Yes, this is where it gets interesting. Through our research, we discovered the bugged ones emit a weak but very distinct radio wave, so we set our sights on a bold new construction project. Did you ever hear about the old plans to build a replacement for the Tokyo Tower 2, in Akihabara?
That sounds vaguely familiar.
I remember, but wasn't that over 10 years ago?
With that huge antenna here, we could have easily detected their faint radio waves and probably have made some kind of major breakthrough. Denko and Professor Yagura spent everything they had to try and lure the next broadcasting tower to Akihabara. They tried and tried and tried and tried and tried and tried and tried.
Oh, that's hilarious!
So that's why she's tower obsessed.
We've got a brilliant scientist who's evidently gone buggy. Good news is Professor Yagura is an EM wave expert who could help us out. Of course, that presents another problem.
What?
After losing all his money in that tower bid, Yagura moved to Brazil. To fund his next research, he's been working there as a garimpero.
That's Golem's pillow? Got a Play-Doh?
Guys, she means a prospector!
Our problem is, the man best suited to help is lost in the Brazilian wilderness. And thanks to the waves from that tower, we don't have working phones for calls or computers to send emails. Though he likely doesn't have those either. What we need is an alternative form of communication.
An alternative form? I've got it! We can contact this Professor Garimpedo guy over the radio, because they're not like computers. Radios can't be hacked by signals, which makes them practically invincible.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, right. That's why I asked him to set up that antenna on the roof, because I'm smart and was thinking ahead.
Really? Hold on. Can you really reach him on the other side of the planet? I thought radio couldn't even handle a parking garage.
Yeah. You have no idea! Grab your ball gowns, ladies! It's time for a waltz in the stratosphere!
Thomas is right. Communicating with Brazil by radio is possible, though it's not going to be easy. Thanks to our resident fanatic, we have the gear we need. But the weather and ionospheric conditions are beyond our sway. If we could control the sun through worship, I'd pray, but unfortunately, I believe in that gobbledygook they call science.
Okie doke, then I'll pray instead. Oh, Amaterasu, oh, Tsukuyomi, please do some sun stuff.
You think Japanese gods are gonna listen to someone who says moi moi all day long?
How about Finnish gods? Oh, Uko, oh, Ilmarinen, help!
I'm afraid all we can do now is be patient and wait for the wind.
Right!
Good, we're set to start trying. Now let's discuss Matome's question about delivering radio all the way to Brazil. Since radio waves normally travel in a straight line, reaching the other side of the planet would seem impossible. However, nature gives us a workaround in the form of the Earth's ionosphere, an atmospheric layer that has been ionized or charged primarily by the sun's ultraviolet rays. This layer reflects radio waves similar to how a mirror reflects light. And variables such as time of year, time of day, weather conditions, and solar flares can expand the ionosphere and intensify the reflections, allowing us to bounce the waves all the way to the other side of the globe. But even if we can do it, the long distance will make voice communication unrealistic. That's why Tomatsu is using Morse code, which can still be distinguished through a weakened signal. The professor knows Morse code and scans the frequencies for fun, but we don't know when he's listening. Or if the waves are reaching that far. So Tomatsu's testing with a call sign. Why don't we try switching to the other antenna? Niwaka, will you please unplug that coaxial cable and patch in number 3 instead? Okay. Before we're done, we may need to replace that rig. Matome, grab that box from under the stairs. Got it. The rotator might be acting up. Arisa, check it out.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Ionosphere, please get big and strong and help us save Akiba.
Knock, knock! It's your order from Pizza Pop. Pizza made delivery. 2 extra ham pizzas and a free side of garlic chicken. Piping hot and ready for your mouth party.
Whoa! Ham pizza for a radio operator! Points for the pun!
Niwaka placed the order in person this morning on the way to school. She is such a great sister/hero.
You're working at the pizza place now? Yeah. Our major op was this month and the pizza parlor had first round pick. What are you guys doing anyway? It looks serious.
It's way too much exposition to explain, but it's a big communication mission.
Communication? But I thought the new tower was causing total chaos and no one could use their connected devices anymore. Aren't those crazy radio waves screwing up your equipment down here?
Well, we're mostly using radio, which is safe. Plus, we're underground, and I installed some extra shielding in the walls, too. We hope that's good enough till we figure this out.
Okay, guys, you have fun with that.
Hey, listen!
Cool, it looks like something from a sci-fi movie. What does it do?
Careful with the paddle splitters. Yeah! Professor, it's an A! K! End of message. TNXDOC. Did you write that stuff down, Professor?
Sure did!
ALMHK?
Is it some kind of code?
Do you know what it means?
It could be an acronym for something. Aggressive lovemaking makes hens cluck?
Of all the possibilities, you went with that?
Or maybe instead of an acronym, the ordering of the letters is some kind of key. For a logic puzzle that takes mathematic reasoning to figure out.
I have no idea what you just said. Should I throw this out or do you recycle?
That's it! I can't believe I didn't really order it!
I hope you don't mean the chicken, because I kind of just ate it all.
No, silly, don't play dumb with me! ALMHK! Of course that's what he meant! But we'll have to stock up! Hurry, Momo! We need the garlic chicken early bird special 100 orders now!
What?
I'm dominating the Akiba airwaves at last! I've waited so long for this day. Through years of heartbreak, watching them build that sky tree, and feeling my will to live vanish under its shadow. But now, thanks to Metronica's help, Akiba finally has its own tower, and its waves will rule the whole city! What's that? People in weird alien costumes like from cheesy old movies? Where? Ugh! Is this some kind of joke?
The joke's on you, Denko Busujima! Your waves can't hurt us now! Your tower is about to fall down!
You think I'm scared of those homemade costumes? Microwave guns! Fire!
Ha ha ha! You've been foiled!
But how?
We may not win any costume contest, but our aluminum foil armor will beat your waves every time!
No!
Aluminum blue! Aluminum pink! Let's roll!
Is that us? Copy that, aluminum red. Aluminum blue, I'm at your side. Do I have to be pink?
Ah!
Thanks a lot, Professor. I knew you'd have the answer. Alumi Haku! That's right! That's the old Japanese term for it, though you kiddos probably call it aluminum foil. If you use enough of it, aluminum can completely shut out EM waves in the radio and microwave frequencies. Those attacks will be able to hurt you.
But that tower is so powerful, I doubt a single sheet of foil can stop waves that intense.
Hey, who said anything about a single sheet? Kamatsu is right, of course. One sheet wouldn't do the trick. But each of those suits is like a giant foil ball, 300 millimeters thick. Though an average person wouldn't be able to move in that, they're all strong enough to fight. Sure, we had to eat a mountain of chicken to get that much foil, but that's just the kind of selfless heroes we are. Now go and save the day. You'll be more or less invincible in there, and sorry in advance for the chafing!
She wasn't kidding about the chafing, guys. Yeah, this is not comfortable.
You're lucky you don't have boy parts!
This is bad news! What do I do? That's it! Their eyes! Focus all the waves on their eye holes! They don't have any protection there!
The mysterious tower has just exploded in a fabulous flurry of fireworks! I'm now being told from credible inside sources this was an overzealous ad campaign from a local antenna shop. I hope all your devices get repaired quickly, viewers, so you can see this broadcast.
What? Latu? Hey, Den, long time no see. I guess the last time was Professor Yagura's Brazilian send-off party. Mind telling me how you went, Buggy?
I'm pretty sure it was 3 days ago.
After the tower fiasco, things got pretty bad for me. I wandered the country for years, then finally ended up here. I was going to end my life where my dream had been shattered. But then a woman with a weird hat appeared out of nowhere and stopped me. She told me not to die, that my dreams could still come true. Then Weird Hat Lady reached out to me, and when I took her hand, something happened. It was indescribable. Next thing I knew, I was standing on the tower attacking the city with those waves. Oh God, what's wrong with me? I did terrible things.
Don't cry. It wasn't your fault. I'll make some phone calls to clear your name. So hang in there. You're okay. Just keep off those ledges. You'll never know. Akihabara could still get its tower one day.
Oh, Batu, do you think so?
Come on, let's have drinks with tiny umbrellas and talk about old times. Oh, I talked to Professor Yagida. It was all dots and dashes, but he seems wow.
Really?
Hello, radio lovers. This is 89.3, the Mini FM broadcast by Electric Mayo Studios. As usual, we're broadcasting live from the pulsing heart of Akiba. I'm your DJ, Tomo Tsudenki Guy, and we've got some great guests today. It's the Pop Idol Trio tearing up the local scene mania.
Hello, listeners.
So, I hear you're on fire, ladies. Is it true your digital downloads have reached triple digits?
Yep, our new song called Match for 3,000, and we're just enjoying the ride.
Wow, that's so fun.
You can make our base a radio station.
You should be thanking me for the free publicity.
Do you even know if anyone's listening to us?
Nope, but our static reaches Brazil. And speaking of Brazil, boy, do I like coffee. Isn't that so interesting? I think it smells like natto. Hey, speaking of natto, what do you girls put in yours? Me? I just go with sugar. I'm old school.
That's not old school. That's not any school. That's just you.
Great chat. Now let's get to the tunes. Here's Mania with Match for 3,000. Street Fighter V is coming to our show!
Don't you have to say Sneak Fighter or Street Fighter or something? You don't like a fake title?
No, I don't! We actually got clearance!
Awesome! How'd you pull that off?
Next on Akiba Strip the Animation, no reason I'd lose!
I'll get some tokens!